I would like to begin by thanking the Global Network for Rights and Development for inviting me to participate in this very important discussion. As you may be aware, my country, Zambia, has just come out of a presidential by-election.
On the second day, the 17th of February 2015, at the International Conference on Human Rights and Counter-Terrorism, coordinated by the Global Network for Rights and Development, GNRD.
His Excellency Amrullah Saleh, former Director of the National Directorate of Security in Afghanistan.
The morning began with a series of 2 forum discussions. The theme of the first forum discussion was current challenges in counter-terrorism, moderated by Jose Samata, Professor of Political Science and Public Administration at the University of Alicante. He noted that terrorism is a global problem and must have global solutions that incorporate all countries.
Has been clearly anti-Taliban and has opposed making compromises with the group.
Terrorism and ethic, 2 antinomic concepts. Philosophy, moral, sociology, politics, values, all the subject in one proposition.
The second forum discussion on terrorism and ethics was moderated by Mr. Francois Fechino, the Director of the International Institute for Peace, Justice and Human Rights.
I want to share with you very briefly, the history and the story of Afghanistan as a victim country, victim and being victimized. We, during the 1980s, we bestowed with the free world, with the non-communist world, and we fought the Soviet Union. We were then, for almost 15 years, the central battlefield against communism. The evil of that time. I know the evil of this time is terrorism, but the evil of that time was communism.
GNRD's conference included a discussion of a new draft agreement on balancing counter-terrorism and human rights, as well as presenting the International Initiative for Human Rights in the Fight Against Terrorism.
She also warned that tapping and spying on individuals has become a formidable threat to civil rights. She added that the draft Convention on Collective Cooperation in Counter-Terrorism represented an important step in light of the escalation of terrorism in the world. This escalation requires the adoption of urgent and collective action against terrorism within the framework of domestic and international laws, as well as respect for the fundamental human rights of individuals.
200 experts, politicians and human rights defenders from 47 countries attended to discuss a proposal for a joint international convention against terrorism.
They can't leave their borders, for every smugglers and for every terrorist in the area.
The invited speakers called to unite international efforts in the field of counter-terrorism measures and stressed the need to respect the human rights of local and international laws.
We are against all the terrorist acts, no matter its manifestation or the excuses.
At the closing ceremony, Mrs. Anne-Marie Lizin, Honorary President of the Senate of Belgium and the GNRD High Commissioner for Europe, announced that GNRD will publish a document with the outcome and results of the conference.
Everybody here has contributed to what we hope to succeed. It is to create the first important sharing knowledge about what means an intelligent service that can, at the last step, be working together.
So many thousands of lives because we have failed in defining terrorism. This is why we have never gone beyond the definition.
The president of GNRD, Dr. Loai Deep, closed the international conference and called upon intellectuals, experts and politicians to join the efforts to fight against terrorism whilst respecting human rights.
sub-problems, and we have a mechanism that has been proposed to the international community so that we can apply the same principles to everybody. In this way, we jump over definitions. We shouldn't be blocked by definitions. We shouldn't stay prisoners of the definition of terrorism. This is a problem that caused the international community to stop making efforts. So we have to go beyond that.